3.5 is now live. Hope you like and enjoy. This is about starting up, customization and everything else. There's a brief description in the game of what I'll be doing. It's to help everybody just starting off. And I'm going to be starting off by setting up my sounds and everything. First I'm going to take up the music. That's brilliant. I'll be setting things up from in here automatically. I will be taking my time. Okay, it's going to be a very long video. There are things in here, just skip forwards and backwards. You won't get the full video until tomorrow, so everything I'm doing at the moment for the next few hours is live and uncut. First I'm going to be altering my resolution because I've got to reset the graphics cards. Don't know why, because I'm actually running an SLI. You'll actually hear people coming in from time to time commentating and pointing their views out, which is perfectly normal in our org, you see. I always have to do this. It just cuts down things running on in the background until CIG sorts this problem out. And now, ultimate point of view, I always do this to 75%. I'm now altering the sharpening so I've got a better quality in the picture. Key bindings I'm not going to do just yet, but yes, I have to actually. I will do that when I get into the game, because it's actually trial and error. I can use my old key bindings which I was using in the PTU, but I prefer to start from scratch. So I'm going to quick look and see what they've done in changes. If you are typing in YouTube and asking questions, one of our admins will be in shortly, when she wakes up that is, and she will respond and inform me. It's a bit difficult for me to be switching from screen to screen because sometimes it might cause crashes. Now here goes. Now loading to the game for the first time. I haven't got a clue what it's like, so I'm just in the dark, just like you. As you can see, you got male and you got female. Okay, well, I'd love to be a female because she looks good, but I'm going to leave that to Miss, one of our commentators and admin. Okay, here goes. I am an older senior character, so I'm going to look for something that fits my description. I could choose that one, but that's not quite me. Okay, because I'm more of an older person, you see, and as you'll see when I alter this character, it's the closest to me, okay, because of the slight wrinkles. I'm not that old, but yes, I'm that old, okay, but I'll be altering these as we go along. That's the nearest I can get. I can do all these things, but for me it's pointless because it's not all me, you see. Now I'm going to go into advanced. I've looked at these several, but there's no point messing with half of these. Okay, I can do, but at the moment I don't think I need to. Everything's near enough me, apart from the mouth. Jaw. I'm still skeptical on that actually. I will say that is close to me. No. Possible, but no, no, no. Hmm. As you can see, I am struggling a tiny bit because some of the face variations is not there. I will stick with that one. Now, my face is a lot thinner on this, but if I alter my face, it makes me look younger, so I'm not going to touch that. Okay? Right, that's enough for me on there. Skin tone. That's easy. That's actually a lot darker in the picture, okay? Now, I don't know what it is, but in this game I seem to go for purple eyes. Okay? I don't know why, it's just different. It's not intrusive, it's not aggressive, it's just, I don't know, I just like purple eyes. Hair. Well, that's difficult because my hairstyle's not there. So I'm going to go for bald. Okay? As you can see now, I'm looking a little bit more middle-aged old, but that's the closest I can get. Now I'm going to change the hair colour. I'm not actually grey, okay? But that's what it looked like if it was grey. No, it wouldn't. You see, that's not me. That's not me. And that's not me. I would say that is more me. I am more clean shaven. There's nothing there for beards or mustache, which will be in the game. But I would say, yeah, that's closely like me. I could be lying, but like I said, I can only use what's in the game at the moment. This was me in my young days. Okay. Strong, physique and everything to go with it. Not bragging, not boasting, but as we get older, we deteriorate. No, we don't deteriorate, but still. I hope you're not laughing at this. Okay. I will now go into the game for the first time. I will pick the EU because that's the closest to me. I can pick best, but it changes servers on me, and the other servers to me can be a little bit buggy. By only going those servers if necessary. This video can be an hour long. It can be 6 hours long. It is not there for you to sit down and watch the whole lot through, but there will be some tips that might be able to help you as we gameplay. I'm going to be concentrating in the 600i, but my main thing with only 5,000 credits is all I've got to start the game with. I'm not used to these key bindings at the moment because everything's basic. As as you can see. I'm starting everything from scratch. Making sure I'm on mouse. Interactions, the first one I need. You see where it's got F? I'll be changing that to my left mouse button. Active inner mode, I'll be changing to my other button. That's the first start. That's just to get me out, because I'm actually using the mouse for the inner thoughts, opening doors, etc. It's a bit difficult for me to use keyboard because I do use joysticks. So I'm going to be checking that now. As you can see, press left click on the what they call it and press the button, the door should open. W to move forward. Okay. I will be now changing this, the movements, by my joysticks. But just before I do that, I just want to press F4 and see what I'm wearing. Okay, as you can see, I'm basics. Now I'm going to go back into the key binding. I'm doing everything from scratch. Okay. Right, options. I'm going now into key bindings. And I'm going to be changing this to joystick. You see, that's the exact joysticks I'm using at the moment, but I'm not going to be using these functions, okay? So I'm on foot. I'll go into on foot all. As you can see, checking that I'm on joystick. And I'm going to go to EV, not EVA, on foot. The first thing I want to do is go forward. This can usually cause me problems. Push forward on my joystick. Oh, that's strange. Ah, yes. Move forward and backwards. I was actually pressing these. These are to do with buttons on your joystick. Okay, if you press a button, that will do the joysticks. But I want to use the access. That's this one here. Move backwards and forwards. As you can see now, it's working. Click yes. Now I want to move sideways, left and right. I'm using the access of the joysticks. That didn't look right. Okay. Now let's see. Now, I've been having problems with this. Okay, so sometimes I've got to alter things, which I was gonna try and work out. I might go backwards, as you see. Now that's not going to work for me because I like to push forward to go backwards. Also, I also got to move my dead zones, so I'm going to do that straight away. Key bindings. Gamepad. Joystick. Going into controls now because I'm doing the dead zones. It's very important because my joysticks are very sensitive at the moment. Okay. That's why I couldn't find it. As you can see, I'm going to change mine to 30 because this is, I need to get new joysticks, you see. These can be lessened, but I'm going to put them all standards for the time being. I'm just going to go into the mouse very quickly. Reason being, because I want to move the smoothness of the mouse, so when I move the mouse it doesn't flick forward or flick backwards. I'm going to move that to about 10. I'm going to go back to the mouse, joystick, because if you remember I was walking backwards, so I have to now alter movements backwards and forwards. I'm almost sure this is it, but remember, try and remember what you move, because if it's not right you have to go back and put it back, because you will mess with other settings and not understand what's going on. Move forwards and backs. What's that do is going to invert things in the opposite. There are easier ways, but I haven't worked it. I'm just like you, I'm just learning. I've been here 1 year and I've not learned yet. I'll never learn, but things change. Okay? Alright. As you can see, I'm now walking like a professional. Now the reason I choose to do joystick is I've got more control. I can go faster and whatnot. Okay? This is all with just the joystick and the mouse looking to where I'm going, as you can see. Now I'm going to put on my golden suit. I've only got 5,000 credits. Okay, so I'm not buying nothing at the moment. Press F1. As you can see, 5,000 credits, but I have got over 10 grand invested in ships, so I've got my golden suit. I am also a fleet commander in the game. Okay, I'm also an explorer and engineer. Engineer because I like to tinker with ships, you see, and I'm a chief fleet commander because obviously you can't have too many chiefs and certain people has to have certain roles. If you look on the left hand side, you see 5 of our key members. We've all got specific jobs. We don't override anybody's job, but we do overlap slightly. Okay, I'm not going to put my eye patch on. At the top right you'll have Little Miss. She's logistics and she's also chief admin. Just what she does, she's in our server. She helps newcomers into the game and advise and help them and run the Discord and keep people motivated. In the game she searches around the verse, getting information that she can find. As logistics officer, she also does trading. So if we are in on a ship, she has to find where's the best place to go with what ships we've got and where we can land. Me, I am a fleet commander. Okay, so mainly I usually on the ship doing what a ship captains do, give orders and whatnot, and if necessary take parts in certain roles if there's no one there to fill that occupation. You then have Commander Yoza. He is also oh, by the way, let's go back to me. Now I specialize in shields, okay, and tinker with components, see what works and what not. I'm not actually combat, okay. and more into defense and strategy. So being an engineer fits that role for me perfectly. Exploration means I go around the verse learning what I can learn and put them into roleplay. You've got Fleet Commander Yoza. He's also a very high subscriber. He is into exploration in the same sort as me, but I believe he's a bit more into combat because he likes to work with ships and whatnot and see what the firepower and how strong they are. With my help, it also helps to boost up his gameplay. But the difference between me and him, I'm not into combat. So if you put a gun in my hand, I ain't shooting anybody. Where Yoza will not think twice. So if me and him's on the ship, he takes command and he deals with that situation. You've also got Dover. He's also a fleet commander. He specializes in navigation and combat in the same way that Commander Yoza does, but he's more into fleet organization. Basically, when players come in, they do the same sort of thing and do role plays and work out scenario. And he's also a navigator. So basically, when we're in certain ships and we can't see where we're going, he gives directions and things like that, navigation. You've also got J dot at the bottom left. He is also logistics. He specializes in cargo runs in the same way that Little Miss does. Okay, but he's also a graphics designer. Okay, so anything to do with our presentations and things like that, he also deals with that. So as you can see, we all interlink and we all act together. At the moment, we are campaigning for the character for when it comes out in 6 months, so we're all learning roleplay for that. But we have to learn with these ships at the moment. I have got weapons, but I won't be using weapons. Armor, like I said, I will be doing that, so I'm going to put my helmet on. I can put the rest of my gear on, but I don't think I need it. Let's go on, put it on, put it on, put it on. I have got the standard clothes, which was specified in when I first started, but the whole idea for me is to make credits in the game. Okay, I've only got 5,000, so I'm not going to waste it. But I will be pulling components off other ships. 1 second. Let me just check I've done all this. Yes. I will be pulling components off other ships because I bought the ships, and at the moment, because my credits are so low, I won't be able to buy the component because some of these components in game is 100,000. Okay. Oh, that's right. My favorite ship is the 600i. They have got the reclaimer, but that needs at least 2 people minimum to fly that. Let's go through some of these very quickly. You got the hammerhead. That is a very good ship and it's very strong. It is twice as strong as the 600 right in every way. Twice as strong. But I don't believe in this game you can shoot things down so easily because of the way they've altered the mechanics. Okay, this needs at least 3 minimum players to play on this. Okay, 1 to pilot the ship, okay, and 2 gunners. But the gunners can be altered in different aspects, like they could be shield operators, co-pilots, whatever. But you need a gunner on the top and a gunner on the bottom for a 360 coverage, or 2 gunners on the sides. It's a bit difficult, but when you learn with your players, you learn how to operate. Now, if it's 2 guns on the top, you can only fire 4 guns in in upwards direction, backwards direction, side and forwards. And with the bottom turret, it's the same. only backwards. At a certain angle, it's a bit difficult. He can fire his guns at the bottom, but if you put two gunners on the side wings, could be at the front or the back, it's going to be difficult on the front because he won't have proper coverage at the back unless he's playing at an angle. But if you put two gunners on there, he can fire, he can cover all the right flank and he can cover all the left flank. But if you're firing up, you've got 8 guns firing upwards and 8 guns firing downwards and 8 guns firing backwards, and in some cases you might have all 8 guns firing forwards. Okay, but it takes a lot of practice in that. Components, I won't go into that too much. These are all the ships I've got. You got the Reclaimer. That is the best ship in the game at the moment. If you've got the right components on there, at the moment as it stands, it's going to be very difficult to shoot that down. But to make credits in this game with that, to what I believe in the PTU patch, it's going to be difficult. You've got to fly very cautiously. The Sabre Raven is EMP. Can't go too much, I've not done much flying in that. Okay, the Arrow is a combat ship. Okay, which you mostly use as a good starter ship. Okay, you've got the Hawk, an EMP ship. I've not done too much in that. Those are for combat pilots. Okay, you've got the Hornet combat again. These can all have different loadouts. You've got the Bike that will be able to load in ships and do light things, moving over, which I'll be using that a lot in this patch. You've got the MPV cargo. That will be for transporting light goods, because I've got the Kraken, you see, that's where I bought this, and things like that. You've got the other one for passengers, for ship evacuation. It's got no jump drive, but I've got roleplay for this. You've got the back Buccaneer. That is for combat. I'm not into combat, so I'm not going to go too much into it. I'm just going through these very quickly. As you can see, I'm talking quickly. I will be using the Caterpillar a lot because I'm going to need cargo. Okay, and I'm pretty good at flying this. It took me 3 months to learn to fly this ship. It's not going to be my best ship. The Carrot will be my ship when it comes out if they stick to the specifications they've specified. The Harold I'll be using for data running. Okay, I used to use that for my streaming, but I am going to be now using the Mako. The Buggy. I'll be using the Grey Cat a lot. I think it's a very fun thing and it can fit into every ship without taking up any cargo space apart from the Cutlass Black. The Merlin, I'll be using that from time to time. I used to like that. It is a small ship and it is very difficult to catch and shoot down. The Freelancer, I think that's actually better than the Cutlass Black, believe it or not, but I'm not going to go into too much details why. It's all to do with the components actually. And that ship you can put cargo on there and a Grey Cat, but it takes up no space. I actually bought this ship to do credits, but I found out you only use it the first few hours and then you don't use it again. But in this patch I won't be using it. I actually bought the Orion and that's why I've got this, but I will be using the Orion when that comes out, and that ain't coming out for now. This ship, the Mako, I'll be using for my streaming, and that's why I bought this ship. This will also go on my Kraken, because it's very versatile. When I say versatile, it can be a small combat fighter, so this fits the role of 2 ships. Okay, and the Prospector will be on my Kraken, and so will some of these ships. Every ship I can fit on my Kraken, it will live on that ship. Starfarer, there's a bit of debate on that at the moment, but I find that a very good utility ship. A very good utility ship for transporting rovers, etc. That can take 6 rovers, okay, and you can move them from various places, plus other things in between. But I'll be working on the reclaimer, but I won't be doing nothing with the reclaimer until the end, because I've got some surprises with that ship, and it's going to cost a lot. It's going to be a difficult ship to fly, and if you're not careful, you'll be in negative equity with that ship. The 300i, new ship that's just come out, combat ship and various things. Can't give you too much details. This ship, the 600i, is a ship I will be in. I'm going to equip that now, okay, with the basic stuff that I've got in game at the moment. I will be using the Bolan, okay, one because it's a quick on jump drive, so basically when I'm doing jump routines I can cover the distance in half the time. So I'm going to be taking it off the Aquila. I'm doing combat today because I haven't got the credits and I've got the basic skills necessary. I will be I won't be touching none of the missiles because I won't be using any really. I can do, but I won't be. And the coolers, I will be using the Mercury, taken from the reclaimer. The power plant, that's supposed to be the better one, but I can't quite understand the schematics on that at the moment, so I'm going to stick with military. Basically I think what it is, when it switches off it cools down a lot quicker, but I think these have got higher DPSs on overclocking, so I'm going to stick with that. I could be wrong, but I've not gone into it thoroughly because things have changed in this patch. You see, shield generators, that is the best to use, but I will be using this from the reclaimer. The reasons why, because it's got a very fast regeneration time. The hit points will be not as much, but I believe most of the ships that's going to be attacking me is going to be small ships, so the regeneration on this will be very good for me, okay, because those are going to be small ships. Because if I understand how CIG has done it, they said they have increased the shield capacity on the ships by making higher hit points. I don't think so. I think they've lowered the guns, so they've got lower fire rates, which is a better balance because then your ship will not overheat. So I'm going to change the guns on here, okay. I won't be using size 6s, which is better, but the ship turns very slow, so I'm going to be changing all my guns, okay, to size 4 for gimbaled, okay, and I'll be taking them off the Andromedas, the constellations. When I find them, there they are. I'll be taking them off the constellations, as you can see. And the center gun. Now the reason why I've took them off is because they are gimbaled. The ship doesn't turn as fast. Yes, you're losing a heck of a lot of your firepower, okay, but I will be using scatter guns, but I can't afford to buy one at the moment, so I'm going to stick with what I've got for the time being. To save this, now I'm going to put the M6s on here. which is about 500 hit points. It's not much, but it's something that is better than nothing. I've got one more going to change. I will be using the combines. Okay. The Buccaneers got a combine now. Is that right? Wrong one. So as you can see, I've only changed 3 guns. Okay. M6s, gimbaled, and a combined ballistics. Okay, these are for the shields. Basically, I should have a distortion scatter gun on there, but I haven't got one and I can't afford it. Okay, I won't be going into the game just yet because I'm still doing my key bindings, and there's going to be a lot before I can do that. That could take about an hour because I've got to do my curves, you see. Right. So this ship is now ready for me to take off. I'm going to take a quick walk around to see what's working in the game. Right, okay. I need to alter my F4. That's this. I'm going to be changing that onto one of my key bindings on my joysticks. Options. Key binding. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to go straight to what they call it. Now, the third person's view, I'm going to be changing to this. Apparently, earlier on, as you've noticed, when I was doing the walking, I actually was using this to walk the yoke, or what we call it. Push forward, it went forward. Push left, it went left. That's how I was able to get the access on the smooth walking. Now I'm going to be changing the interaction of this onto my F4. Okay, I'm not using interaction on the joystick. I'm using my mouse button for interaction, but I will be changing that now for my F4, that button there. Right, so I'm in joystick, going to advance. Okay. I'm going to look for on foot. And I'm going to looking for third person's view. The reason why I'm a bit slow because I usually have these already set, but I'm going from scratch. I've got to actually look for it. Third person's view. I believe this is the one. as you can see. Um, now I'm now using my keyboard because sometimes I need to move things very quickly and I haven't got the time to be moving, changing from what they call it while I've got my hand on the joystick, as you can see. I am now going to turn down the graphics on my PC because it was something I was supposed to do yesterday. I wasn't expecting them to go live today actually, so I'm going to do the automatic and see how I get on. Options. I can handle the power, but I will be partying with my friends, okay, and if I don't turn some of these settings down I will automatically crash, okay, so I'm going to do that straight away. This is the one. I'm going to go straight into low power, okay. I can play in high power, but I've got a lot of things running in the background. As you can hear, I've got music in the background, that takes up processing power. I've got OBS running in the background, that takes up processing power. I've got music, I've got Discord running in the background, that takes up processing power, and a lot more other things. This causes problems with your PC to cause it to crash, okay? I don't need to, but like I said, I will be playing with my friends in this patch. I wasn't able to do that in the last patch, but I will be in this patch. Now, as you can see, I can walk with my, what they call it, and control. I prefer to do this because I stream and I do things with my friends. I like to do things in third person's view and everything else. So when I'm streaming with my friends, they'll always be in view with me. Just a quick walk around the deck. You'll also notice in the game you can move things around now. I didn't check what mine was, but I'm just going to go back there quickly. It's around the other side. Right. I now can't move sideways or sideways. I now got to do the stroof now, okay? Which I'm going to do right now. Key bindings. Using what you see this now when I move to a side. Wait, let me just check that. Yes, it's not been done yet. Options. Key bindings. When I pull the stick to the side, I will stroof to the side. Just checking, because sometimes I make mistakes. I'm not very good at multitasking. I'm still on foot. Okay. And I'm looking. Move left. I believe it's this, but I'll be double checking. Am I on foot? Yeah, I am on foot. should have done it. Backwards. I think I have slight little technical problems with this. My right joystick is actually interfering. Ah, that's better. See, I need some new joysticks, you see. I'm actually thinking of getting the vertical deltas when I get around to it. I'm just trying to make my way back to my locker. Okay. I forgot to actually look back on that actually. So I've got to search for it. Ah, there it is. Now the reason why I came back in here, because you can move things around now, okay? As you can see. I'm not going to spend too much time in here, okay? As you know, you've got... Where's the loo? Oh, you've not got a loo in here no more. This used to work, but it doesn't work anymore. You haven't got a loo. Oh, okay. So now I get to Lesky the better. That's my home, you see. But you can take up a book. And you can place it. You can do things, but I don't want to spend too much time here, okay? Just to give you an idea, I'm going to put it on that table. Okay, as you can see. I'm going to get this book. And I'm going to place it. I hope it works. Okay, as you can see, I can't move the tray, but this is what I'm going to be eating off. And it's got my knife and forks and my spoons. Brilliant. Okay, I got my cup of tea. I can have my cup of tea. And drink. So you can see that. And I'm going to put it back. It's not got a sink, so I can't wash. Place. Okay. Don't need to look at anything in there. Let me see what's in my room. Can I take anything out of here and look at? I don't want to go back to bed, you see, that's why. I just woke up. I know you guys just want me to get into the game, but these are little things you could be doing. You won't be always going doing combat. You'll be doing different things which I've gathered in game. You see, I'm an explorer, you see, okay, so I like to see what's going on. Exploration means finding things, learning about the game. So it's not about now, it's about later on. Making sure everything's as I've left it, clean and tidy, there isn't a sink. You know what I mean, I can put it, it's like a jailhouse rock, isn't it? Take everything out. Open. I could take everything out and place everything here. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have a quicker look around. Downstairs. Here, as you can see, is a console where you'll be getting your ships. As you can see, I've got quite a few in the PU Live, but I will be only using one ship to start off with, okay, and that's a 6i. I'm not very good at combat, so I don't want to go out there and die in the first few minutes. This is a new feature. If you go straight up to that guy, you'll find out you will zoom in automatically and he'll talk to you, which I actually liked. Not touching the keyboard.
Need something?
See? I want to make a pickup. No, how's it going?
I don't know. Same as any other day, I guess.
If you notice, he looks right at you. I will be actually doing some key bindings for this, but the good thing is, it's not just being at front of him. You can go to anywhere.
I'm busy.
And do the same thing. Just want to pull away. Same thing will happen again.
What can I do for you?
As you can see, all this is all automatic now, which I think is pretty cool. How's it going?
I don't know. Same as any other day, I guess.
Thanks, mate. You seem okay. Last time I spoke to you, was very rude. As you can see, even on this side, it should still do the same.
I'm busy.
Just looking at his room here. This is his office. I've helped him out here from time to time.
Morning.
Morning, little miss. How's it going?
Yeah, I can see what you're doing. You're in the office. Let's go nicking now.
I'm just having a walk around. I'm not flow nipping. I've just started off in the game. Trying to cover everything. Trying to cover everything I can in the first take. As you can see, I'm not going to be buying any clothes because I can't really afford it.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes, I hear 3.5 is live. They have got clothing for oligarchs.
But what I will be spending money on
Hey, back again, I see.
is med pens. I think that's very important in the game, for me anyway, so I have to invest.
I would agree with that. Pens are important because sometimes if there is still bugs and glitches in the thing and you accidentally like cut yourself, red pen in your arm and be well again.
I did describe who Little Miss is. She's the top character in the left hand side. I did explain her roleplay, what she does in the game and does on Discord. But at the moment I'm just trying to concentrate, which I'm finding a little bit difficult because I can't multitask. This is where things go wrong for me now, you see. But I'm going to try my best to focus.
As you can see, he's going to different shops, letting you see what's in different shops and what you can and cannot buy. This is the weapons shop. The previous one was a clothes shop. Tops, your trousers, your boots, even a hat. I don't look good in hats.
See, the reason why I've got to wait for a long pause because Little Miss sees things on stream 30 seconds after the fact, so I've got to try and work out her timing when she speaks. It's difficult because sometimes we might talk over each other, which I will try to cut down to a limit. And that's what I mean by concentration, you see, and that's where I will make mistakes and then the stream gets messed up. I'll forget where I'm going because really I'm focused on Little Miss, and it's difficult at the moment, you see. If you've noticed how I can control my walking, this is where I'll be buying all my suits and all my gear, but at the moment I don't have enough money to do it.
Oh, there are some different colours. Oh, nice. Now, the actual armours that you can see there, you can actually make them, buy them, contingent, such as blue for explorer, yellow for engineering and construction. You can have red for tactical and combat, green for logistics. So you can buy uniform and armour and depending on what role you're going to play. I think it's a good idea in this game, so then people know who you are and what you do. You have got a grey role in our org called Freelancer. It's different in our org. So what would that be used for?
Good purchase.
You will understand Little Miss was actually talking just now about things in to do with the armor. Like I tried to explain a few seconds ago, she is 30 seconds behind. But I won't actually know what it's like until I actually go in stream, so please bear with us, okay? I will try and pause as much as I can and hope Little Miss catches on and whatnot. I will try not to talk over her, but sometimes she finds it difficult concentrating that I'm talking. Okay, now this is going to be the difficult bit now because I've got to go into flight to do my key bindings. Okay, for flight. I'm just thinking how to go about this. I will go outside and we'll take a walk around and do some space walks, because I do need to do key binding on that too, you see. Don't rush your key bindings because you will make mistakes. I am not even touching the keyboard at the moment. Everything is done by joystick and mouse, which I showed you previously when I was started off. I'm looking for deck 00. You notice the colours change because I've lessened the quality. Okay, I don't need to, but I don't know what to expect in this patch. I don't really want to crash. Not that I will anyway, because people are still downloading.
The gold suit Pepper is wearing, you can't buy in game. You only get that if you spend a certain amount of money in game. Almost at the 10,000 mark on ships alone. And he wants to do 10,000 because he wants the F8 Lightning! The gold suit is because he has spent an awful lot in the game. I think it looks nice, but...
I think I best run to deck 00 because that's where I'm going to be doing most of my work. I can't
If
jump
you join
up.
our org, then you can fly any ship that we have, right from the merchantman, the Kraken, right down to a Nox. So if you wish to borrow any ships to go fly and train in, you will find the link to our Discord in the description below. Click on that, click join, come and say hello and introduce yourself. Come and join us in the voice chatting reception.
I'm sorry about the misses. Mic communications. Actually, the mic's slightly faulty. She will get around to getting a new mic. I think she's actually got a short in her connection, so it is a little bit unbearable, but please forgive her on the communications, okay? You have to stick with my horsey voice. But I'm just trying to explain to the guys what's going on and why we have these things. I'm just going to do a quick run around. I've not got sprint in this. I need sprint. I will be using my left trigger button to sprint. Go to joystick. And the trigger button is here, not that one. This one, there's a trigger button just there on this joystick. I'll be using that for sprint because I'm still on foot, you see. EVA, sorry, on foot, and I'm going to be looking for sprint. As you can see, I can control my speed. Now when I want to sprint, I'm still using one hand. And you can see I'm sprinting. I am going to be keeping a rate on my heartbeat because I don't want to go by a certain amount, but my suit is very, very light, so I will not run out of breath. Now, I will be doing my EVA now, okay? This can be a little bit tricky because I also have to use curves in this. I can do curves on this running later on, but I don't need to do that just yet. So I'm not doing it on the walking. As you can see, it's sufficient for what I want. As you can see, I can control that. But when I go on to doing here, okay, as you can see, I can use a keyboard, but already I'm stuck into problems because I got to now take my eye off the screen and whatever. So now, and also all these, I am taking my eye off, okay? I don't do touch typing, you see. All this is what I'm going to be doing next. Left, right, backwards and forwards, up and down. All that will be done from the joystick. That's one joystick, so you know I'll be using the same. I've got two joysticks, obviously. I'll be doing everything with the one joystick. And when I want to look around, I will be using the mouse, as you can see. I can make mistakes in this, but I'll try my best not to, because obviously if I do, we're running into little problems, obviously. There's a hammerhead. Right, so I'll be going up and down, keyboard. I'm doing EVA now, going into key bindings. I'll be going into joysticks, okay? And all this will be left and right, up and down, just don't from this yoke here, okay? And I'll be doing on EVA. Earlier on, as you know, I was walking around Polaris. I was using on foot, but now I'm doing EVA. Struve up and down. Struve left and right. I will check these keys first. Up and down. As you can see, I pull back on the stick and going back up. I can also control my speeds, as you can see. I'm now going to go left. As you can see, I'm controlling my speeds. Okay. Now when I want to move forward, I will tilt the stick left. If I want to go backwards, I tilt the stick right. Okay. But I'm not strufing like I'm doing. I'm going to be twisting it left or right for different speed variations. Okay. And that'll be the twist. Key bindings. Joystick. Now this is where you do the twist. It's where you twist it left or right. Okay. That is what I'm going to be looking for next. EVA. It's supposed to be roller want.
If anyone is watching this stream and haven't actually downloaded Star Citizens yet, go to the RSI site. This referral code when you actually create your account. Put in the referral code 1000 REC credits for the game. You will also have 5,000 AUEC in the game. And come and play with us.
This must be it. No, I want to move now. I want to move forward. That was what I was looking for. Moving forward. So I lost concentration, you see. I want to move forward. So I'm very careful on what I'm pressing, because this is where you can make mistakes. As you can see, this is what I want. This part here. Now this is where my key bindings go funny again, because when I go one way, it's going to go the other way, which I'll show you. See, if I twist it now, let me do it over there, you'll see I can control my speed variations, and when I'm looking, I can move. Okay, I can go up and down. If I want to go backwards, the same sort of thing. Now obviously, sometimes it can be a bit slow. I want a bit of boost. Same as before when I was running, I used the trigger button to run sprint. I'm going to use that same button for boost. Option. The Miss will be looking in the YouTube to see if you guys would like to make any comments, and she will feed them back to me, and I will try and answer them. But she'll have to let me know, because as you can see, I am keyboard configuring, so I really can't get to you unless the Miss actually goes into the YouTube and reports it back to me. And already I forgot what I was going to be doing. Boost. Key bindings.
If you have any questions or comments, just comment in the right hand side and I will best answer them, and I'll pepper the questions as well and answer you.
I'm now looking for the boost. There we are. Trigger button. Sorry about the coughing, I've got a little tickly cough today. I'm going up a bit because I don't want to go down. Now I'm going to go forward. Now you'll watch me boost. It doesn't seem to be working. I've got to check that out again actually. I've got a funny feeling I've pressed the wrong key. I'll have to look into that. Options. Key bindings, you can make mistakes. You've got to focus. Okay? It's very important. If you forget what you're doing, just stop. Don't go any further. Come back to it a few seconds later. Okay, and go back through the proceedings, because when you make a mistake in your key bindings, it is very difficult to backtrack. Okay, and that's where concentration is very difficult. I know the Miss is trying to help, okay, but I'm not very good at multitasking. But these are the problems I have. Remember, I was looking for boost. It is there, but it didn't register. I think it's working now. What boost does, it just makes you go faster. Okay. Now you're going to see how I'm going to land now. Most people when they're using EVA, they always land their nose. Okay. Well, that's not going to happen with me today. Okay. I'm going to try and zoom out. All right. And you'll watch the type of landing I'm doing. All right. I'm going to twist forward and I'm going to land. Where should I land? I'm going to land on deck 00. Okay. Maintain a certain height. That's where I've zoomed out. And you'll see I will be able to land on my 2 feet.
Not like me. I land on my face.
I'm going to fly around this obstacle.
What ship was that?
As you see, I've not done rotation yet, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm just trying to find out what key to use. Right. Luckily for me, I've actually run out of key bindings on my left joystick. So I'm going to now change to my right joystick. And that will be for rotation. Basically rotations. This. Okay. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's called roll in the game. And you'll see my other joysticks will now come active. EVA. This is the one I want, roll. This is now trial and error, okay, because I can do struve or I can twist. I'm going to try it with the twist. The problem with this now is I have now been taking my hand off my mouse. This is a complication I had in the PTU. As you can see, okay, what the problem is, my hand is now off my mouse. So because my hand is now off my mouse, if I want to go left or right, I've got to take my hand off that. There is another way. I can move the left and right up and down onto my joysticks, but I've noticed sometimes when I'm in other modes, you get a conflict. I think I might be able to do it another way actually. I don't really like the idea of taking my hand off my mouse when I'm flying. So what I'm going to do, you see I've got 2 buttons on my mouse, a front button and a back button. I'm going to, that's not going to work. Reason being,
Yosa says, hello, of that groovy background music, and I'm going to sue you for copyright infringement.
hello Yosa, Commander Yosa. He's the third person on the album. 1 second. Yeah. As you can see, what I'm going to do now, which I was going to do earlier, I'm going to land on my 2 feet. As you can see, I'm going to land on deck 00. Okay, no, I'm going to land on deck 10, right outside the door. Look how easy it is. Oh, that was close. This is the reason I don't like using tilt and taking my hand up, because I want to land on my 2 feet. Controlling the speed. As you can see. Now, don't you call that perfect? Like a professional. Well, I think I've done everything on my EBA walk, and I've done everything in my walking. Okay? As you can see, I'm going to check my oxygen. I've got good oxygen. One thing I forgot to show you is you taking off your clothes. No, not that taking off your clothes. Don't start getting rude on me now, okay? That little Mrs. Perks. I'm going to go inside. You can't take your clothes off outside, okay? Because you'll suffocate. I'm now back inside safe and sound. When you want to take your clothes off, you press F1 on your keyboard. Then you go into the little man, the third on the right, third on the left at the bottom, and you press the man. You go on to undersuit, okay? And you click on, sorry, I can't see from the upside room, unequipped your man. And you can see he's got his normal clothes, civvies on, I call them, okay? And as you can see, I'm in my civvies. Sorry, I forgot all about that.
Are you disappointed Yosa now?
What a pity.
In the underwear.
So,
Because he's just put, nakedness.
typical.
He thought you were going to be in your underwear.
Not today. I don't want to impress his personality. Now, you notice that my colouring is faded because I've turned it down because I don't really want to crash. Not that I'm going to crash, but as I stated in the last patch, I was crashing an awful lot. But I want to party with friends in this patch so we can do multi-mission. Okay, I don't mean multi-mission where you're in your ship and I'm in my ship. I mean interacting on ships. But the sad thing is about it, there's only 3 ships in the game that we can do multi-role missions in. That is the Cutlass Black, which I haven't got, and you can also do it in the Hammerhead, which I have got. Okay, and I've not had time to test the Reclaimer yet. Sadly enough, I can't do multi-role missions in the 600i, which I really did believe they was going to put the functions and shields and all them things working in there, so I could show you guys how to interact with your members on your things and use it. There are simple things on there because they do work on other ships, okay, but they're not working. I don't think they're going to be working this patch, which is sad. And like things like the Caterpillar, do shields and things like that, and components is very important if you want to keep them ships working, so we can work out our bugs. Anyway, now I'm going to be going to my 600i.
Oh, and Yosa says, no, I've seen it before. Never again, please.
He's lying, don't believe him. He must have seen it on somebody else, but not me. Anyway, let's try and focus on this if I can, please. Right. I'm trying not to laugh because I'm only going to encourage the poor guy. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Bit late for that.
Right. As you know previously, I'd already set up the 600i. I won't be going in for a tour on there because I've got equipment on there, and if I crash, I will have to log out, which I don't really want to change the components. Okay? And then I'll be lost for another half an hour. But I will be working on my key bindings, and I might have to do the curves on this too. Okay? I will try and take that as slow as I can. And if need be,
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
I will have to also use voice attack. My ship is on 0-0, but I will go on the deck 10. You have 4 struts. Okay, Alpha Bravo Charlie. As you can see,
Delta.
and Delta. Sorry, last concentration. I am on Bravo deck. Always mark your struts because you'll be playing with your friends. Oh, before I do that, I want to see if the consoles are working. Not that I'll be buying anything, but I just want to check. Prices. Yes, there've been no price changes. Okay. Remember, I still have my normal gear on. And I need to hurry because in the PTU they nick my ship and they give me crime stats.
Really?
By the way, little miss, while you're there focused, you need to be watching these streams so you can put them in our quizzes, because in this patch, with the fuel mechanics in, okay, our members are going to need credits to buy things, okay, so we have to use these videos for our quizzes, which you can explain later on. Just let me just get out into the ship for the moment, please. Yeah, I don't have much time. As you can see, I put my suit back on. As you see, I'm now sprinting. This is the quickest way to my ship. Have I got a ship? Yes, there's my beautiful 600i. This is the quickest way I find. Watch. This is the scary bit now because I've not done no key bindings or nothing yet. I'm doing everything from scratch. What's it called? What's it called? Voice attack. Little miss,
Nubia.
little miss.
Oh, yes.
I've just switched from screen. You have to inform if there's been any glitches or changes, please, okay?
Yeah, we'll do.
Activate systems.
Roger.
Right, okay.
Origin jumpworks at your service. Core system operational.
Right, as you can see, nothing's working. I don't have much time, so
Launch
I got.
complete.
What is that? There must be a shadow. As you can see, everything is now going to be repeated. What I did on my EVA and also on my all on foot. Okay? But I need to check things because I don't want to get myself a crime start. The first thing I'm going to be working on. You see, I'm struggling now. Actually, I'm really struggling. I'm going to be working on my shields. Okay. There's a lot to do in this now.
Oh, I like that.
Key bindings. I'm going to do the keyboard first. The reason why I'm doing keyboard because now I've got voice attack working. Doing flight systems first. I'm looking for the shields. I think it's already been set. Just let me just check. Modulate shields.
Roger.
As you can see, my shields are now modulating. There's reasons for that, okay? But I've got 6 variations, okay? But I'm using one of the most simplest forms in this format at the moment, okay? I won't go into explanations why they're doing this because that's just for our org and our purposes at the moment. I've just got to wait for it to come off. I'm just looking at things to see what's working and what's not. See, it's difficult because I'm used to just copy pasting, you see, so I've got to check everything from scratch. The first thing I want to do is the F4 key, that's the third person's view. Okay. Options. Going to key bindings. I'm going to HOTAS. Okay. And just like before, I'll be altering this key for third person's view on the ship. I believe this is the one. Yes. Now I'm going to check. Now if you notice, when I'm moving my mouse, the ship's moving. I don't want that. Okay? I want my joystick to move the mouse. Okay? And I want the mouse to be doing the looking. Okay? As you can see, in third person's view, I have that problem. And I will also have the problem here too. So I have to disable that in mind. A lot of you will have that same problem. Okay? This can be very tricky. So please take note on what you are going to be moving, because you've got to do one and the other on alterations. Key binding. So I'm going to be concentrating on my joystick first. Okay? Sorry, yes. The joystick first I'm concentrating on. This is very tricky. You can make mistakes. I should know. Flight view. Look left and right. These are the problems. You will run into problems with these two keys, especially when you start using land vehicles. So please remember, this is where you need to come to fix your corrections. Okay? Now you see, I am now moving my joysticks, but if you notice, I'm also now moving my mouse and nothing's happening. Okay, we're going to third person's view. The same thing's happened. Right, that's okay. Alright, but suppose I want to move around the ship now. Wait a minute, that's not right. 1 second. It's not supposed to do that. It's still not working. So I've got to go and put that back now. Remember, if you're unsure, put things back. At this point, it's very important now to save your key bindings. But let me put things back first. Remember, I went to flight view. Okay. And this is what I altered. Just let me just check that I put things back. Ah, look at that. Did you see that? Making sure and put everything back to where it was. Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Right, at this point I would suggest you save your key bindings. Okay, this is the way to do it. Okay, go into advanced, go into control and profiles, and press, let's just check all these. Oh yeah, I forgot about all these. You can load all these up, which I have not. I've actually done mine from scratch. I've used their standard settings. If you guys are going to buy a joystick, I would suggest, for what it's worth, get the X56 Pro. Okay, you can get them on eBay for just under £200. So not eBay, what do you call it again? Look, miss, you there? When they won't need a woman, she's not.
You mean Amazon?
Yes, Amazon. That is the best one to buy. Okay, for about £200. But if you can't afford it, go for the X52 Pro. You can pick them up for £50. I repeat, you can pick them up for £50 on Amazon. Okay, because you can buy them as second hand, and it gives you a description. It's only a damaged box, and you can return them back free of cost. But anyway, I'm going to be saving this now. Okay, save settings. Right, 3, 5.
That's one thing I need to learn how to do, because that's what I don't do. I don't save it.
Well, it's all in the this. That's why I'm doing a detailed description on this. I would rather go out there and make some credits, okay? But
Yeah,
obviously, this is something a lot of new players will need to learn. So this video will be there. Yes, it's a bit long-winded, and yes, you've got experienced players that don't want to hear about all this bull. But it's not for you experienced players, okay? It's for the babies like me, you, and Little Miss, okay? Because there are little things in there. There are little things in that will help somebody, okay? Now, when you're going to go to load these settings back, this is how you load the settings in, because every time CIG comes in with a new patch, okay, just let me go out and come back into it. Every time CIG comes in with a new patch, which I'll be going into a different description, this is how you load it in. Go into advanced, go into profile, and as you can see, 600i. You press 600i. Now watch carefully, depending on the joystick settings you've got. I'm using the Frostmaster, as you already well know, or the Logitech. You press load key, and you press, because let me just double check. You press on the 600i, because that's the one I'm using. You press load key. You press load keyboard. I'm using 2 joysticks, by the way. That is why I've got this set up. A load mouse. Now when you come to the joystick, do not press that. Scroll down. I repeat, scroll down, and you press number 1. And you go down and you press that. As you can see, it's in reverse order. Okay? And then you press load, and that will load your key settings as how you left it. This is helpful in the 3.2 patch. You'll always notice CIG says when they come in with a new patch, okay, which they do nearly every day, they say delete your users file. Okay, so you're going to users file. Before you delete your users file, take the 600i key binding out and save it outside the directory. Delete your users file. I know you want me to show you, but I will at a later date. Okay, not at the moment because I do want to do my key bindings. It's not a 5-minute job. Okay. And this is the best way I can go into detail, and I'm doing it slowly, uncut and live. Okay, I'm not going to save it. I mean, I'm not going to load it in because I've not made any mistakes yet. See, if you remember previously, right? Every time I'm actually moving my mouse there now, I don't want the ship to move. I want to look. So I've got to now move my joystick. But it's not my joysticks I'm working on now. It is my mouse. Okay. This is me moving the joystick, left and right. That's okay. That's how I want that to work with the joystick. But I don't want the mouse to do that. The mouse is my eyes. Okay, my mouse is my eyes. So I'm going to go back into the what you call this time. I'm going to concentrate on the mouse key bindings. Okay, and I'm going to go into flight view. I don't want to touch these. I don't believe I should be touching these. So I'm going into flight movement. These is what I'm going to be disconnecting. These two. Pitch, that's up and down. And yaw, left and right. Those are the first keys I'm going to play with. Okay. But I'm going to do one just in case I lose my bearings, and that's a pitch up and down. If it works when I pull my backwards on my sticks, nothing should happen. That's the joystick. Now that's me moving the mouse. It's going left and right, just the way I want it to be. Now I know I've pressed the right key, I can now take off the mouse left and right. Whoa. As you can see, I'm going to take this off now. Now I know it's right because I've just tested it and I'm okay with that. These are for the movements. I don't want my mouse moving the ship. Okay, my mouse is my eyes. Okay. I'm just checking other things in there at the same time. Now you see, as you can see, this is me moving my mouse. This is how I want it. Okay, we'll go in the ship. Same thing. If I move my mouse, it's the mouse I want to move. The mouse is my eyes, because I'm not using track IR, I'm not using goggles or nothing like that, so this is a workaround for me. Now if I want the ship to move, I use the joystick, as you can see, and I can use the mouse to look around, as you can see, in the opposite direction, up or down. Okay, this is good for combat, so you can see what's going when you're in third person's view. You know what I mean? Now if you don't, now what I'm going to do, while I'm rotating the ship around, you can see the planet, I can still keep my eyes on that and move around, as you can see. A full 360, and I can still move the ship. And don't forget, I'm only using two hands, sorry. Okay, I can do the same thing going up and down. This is good for orientation. And the same way, I got to learn all these movements actually. I am rushing a tiny bit, but as you can see, I am keeping Port Olister in view, and I'm rotating. I know I'm a bit jagged, but I think you get the concept of the idea. But I haven't finished there yet, okay? Because now that I've set the mouse, I've now got to set the joysticks. But I can't remember. Like I said, I'm having trouble multitasking. See, the ship is rotating and I'm looking at Port Olister. I'm going to zoom in and then zoom out to get a better focus. The thrusters on that's very good, that. Now the next thing I'm going to be working on, so it's a lot to do here because this is doing flying. You see my ship's not moving unless I use keyboard. I don't want to use keyboard, I want to use my joysticks. There's a lot to do, but I'm going to be doing the basics. Right, I now want to use my joystick to control my movements in and out of space. Okay, now this will be done through voice attack and my right joystick. Don't forget, my left joystick does all the moving around. As you can see, there is one thing this hasn't got, and that's stroofing. I'm going to have to do that now actually. I want to stroof left and I want to stroof right. Okay, so I'm going to actually do that now, and that will be done by my right joystick. But at the same time, sometimes I get into complications, okay, and I have to move my hand to my mouse. So stroofing left or right using the left joystick is not going to work, so then I've got to start using my hat switches. Okay, so I'm thinking how to go about this now because I've got to do it very slowly. Right, I will do the hat switches first. Okay, because the reason why I'm mentioning this because I also use my shields on my hat switches too. The hat switches on my shields will be on the right, My stroofing on my hat switches will be on the left. Bearing in mind, sometimes I've got to take my hands off my joystick. It's like driving a car. You can't take your hands off the steering wheel unless you've got a counteraction. Okay? So these are where you've got to remember what to do. Take it slow. And that's why I advise, this is where you save your key bindings now, okay? Now most of you is going to say, well, oh, this is rubbish to me. No, it's not. Because one thing I've not mentioned, you've all got mobile phones. You can use your mobile phones as joysticks, okay? But I'm not going to be getting into that, okay? Because that's another exercise, okay? But the first one I'm going to do now, I'm going to be strooping left and right with my left joystick hat switches, okay? That's, you can see the moving whatnot. This can be a bit tricky for me sometimes, okay? But I'm going to try and remember. Go into key bindings, remember to change all these. I haven't been doing any curves as yet, okay? But I will go to them as I need them. There's no point trying to do everything at once because you will get yourself lost. I should know. Right, okay. Flight movements is what we want, okay? Now as you know, we was doing the... Okay, where are we? Don't be hasty now, okay? Take your time. The key bindings are coming in. It's these keys here, but they're already binded already to buttons. I want to see what the keys these are binded to before I move them. See, the problem is, as you can see, I've got no acceleration. I've got to be very careful here because the key bindings have all changed. Thrusters 1 click.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Thrusters 5 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 5 clicks.
Right. The key bindings are already done, so I don't need to change these. Lucky for me. And it says I did have it, but what I do need to work on is my up and down. I haven't got them in anything at the moment. That is what I'm going to be doing next. Thrusters 1 click.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Thrusters 3 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 3 clicks.
I am now going to be doing my yaw now, I mean up and down, and I'll be using my right joystick to go up and down and stroof left and right. Okay. down, left and right. Key bindings. Remembering to change these, always remember, we have saved our joysticks, okay? This is where you're going to be doing a lot of savings now, okay? So you don't make mistakes. Checking joysticks, yes. Okay. Flight movements. We are working on Struth now. Okay, up and down and left and right. This is the one we want. Up and down. And left and right. Now pay particular attention on this because it could work in reverse. So if it does work in reverse, we have to go somewhere else. This is a tricky part. I usually make mistakes. And if you do forget, you have to load back your old settings until you get it right. Don't assume you've got it right until you've tested it. Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
As you can see, everything's working the way I want it. Now I'm going to go left. Full scan.
Roger.
As you can see, that's now set for the way I want it. So this is taking so long, but if you don't do this now, you will be running into a lot of headaches when you're playing the game. It's took me a full year to understand the basics of this, and I'm still getting there. Now, as you can see, I'm just using my right joystick to Struth left and right. Now why I'm using that is because it's got an axis, so my speed is variable. Okay? But supposing I have to take my hand off my right joystick, I've got to go into the mouse. Okay? Now because I've got to go into the mouse, I can't do any strufing. Now I can use my left hat switch to do that. Okay? And I can steer while I'm strufing. This comes with practice. Okay? And up, that's backwards and down. Remember, these key settings are for my uses, okay? You set them to how what suits you depending on what keyboard joystick setups you've got. So my setups will not be perfect, but they do help. I've done it for hours. As you can see, thrusters 3 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 3 clicks.
That's a prospector. Thrusters 4 clicks. Thrusters 4 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 4 clicks.
this is the reasons why I wanted to take the mouse look up that so I can fly the ship and look around on the outside in third person's view. Reason why I'm doing this is because big ships you can't see things, okay, and you want to be able to do certain maneuvers. Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
The key binding's still not done yet, but I'm just giving you an idea of how far we've come. It's a bit twitchy because I've not done my curves yet, okay? Now, as you can see, those are for thruster movements. But before I go any further, I have got to work on my scanners, okay? I've got automatic scanners on this. I've got to work out which key binding to use to do that. And set me voice attack to work with it. Those are components. Must be up here then. Must be down here. Five key. Right. Full scan.
Roger.
Full scan.
Roger.
Thrusters 1 click.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
What I'm doing, I'm reducing all my key bindings just in case I touch the wrong key and blow up, you see. As you can see, it's getting a bit tricky now because this is where I ran into problems. Because now more things are now starting to interact with my stuff, you see. I'm now going to be going into voice attack, and also my key bindings towards CIG settings, not the other way around. Reason being is because CIG keeps resetting the patches, and when they reset the patches it gets difficult for me to reset everything, because you can see half my stuff are now working towards CIG, but my key bindings will be permanently set towards CIG settings through voice attack. Okay, so if I do forget things, it's easy for me to remember it that way around, you see. Right. Voice attack you can get free in game. Just give me a second. What was the key bindings again? Full scan.
Roger.
I won't give you a full description on the voice attack, but that's another kettle of fish. But basically what I've done, cutting a long story short, sometimes you ain't got the time to take your hands off the keyboard or your joysticks, and by using a simple word like full scan,
Roger.
as you can see, it's cycling all the ships in the area, including enemies. Okay. Thrusters 3 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 3 clicks.
And you'll see it as I put into action now. Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
Full scan.
Roger.
Full scan.
Roger.
As you can see, these are little key bindings I've done for myself to make my job easier when you don't want to be taking your hands off the keyboard when you're under attack and things like that, so you can make a fast getaway and all sorts. Full scan.
Roger.
Select enemy.
Roger.
There's no enemies. Full scan. Full scan.
Roger.
full scan.
Roger.
Right. Still lots to do on the key bindings, okay? As you can see, it's not a 5-minute job, but when you've done it, it's well worth it. So take the time, learn. It can be stressful and painstaking, but everything you see I do from this point on, I'm going to enjoy. I'd rather go out there and start shooting up and getting some credits right now because I haven't got any. But I've not even got my speed variances done yet. I'm only using voice attack. Right. These are now working as you can see, so I'm going to be saving these settings. Because if I don't save them, they make a mistake. I've got to go back to a certain amount. Voice attack. Now you'll notice I'm not going to be saving them on the 600i because that's my main settings. I'm going to now use another quick key bindings, okay? Because if I make a mistake, I don't want to save them on this setting here, so I'm just going to make another quick settings, okay? And I'm going to call it temp. It is there, but the only way you're going to see that is if you go out of it and go back to it. As you can see, there's my main settings. When I'm confident I've done everything right in the temp, I will then change it and save it in the 600i live, because those will be my main keybind settings. There's no point me doing it and calling it 600. Like if I make a mistake, it's going to be a problem trying to work it all out. So basically just going back or roll back a certain amount of information that you need. Now the next one I'm going to be doing, I want to fly forward, which is also something important in the game because of the fuel mechanics, okay? I'm using voice attack to control my speed variations, but I've got no joystick controls at the moment, which you can see, which I will be doing now when I've worked it out. So I'm learning just with you at the same time. These are to do with joysticks, okay? I don't really know where these this is where it is. And if you notice, I've not done no key bindings yet, so I'm now in new territory. I will say it's this. With this one, I will be using the twist, okay? Nope. It's got to be one of these two then. Nope. Ah, we got one. Cancel. Just let me just check some. But it's coming. It says I'm using that key already, so I'm just going to check if I am using it. No, not on the flight modules. So I'm okay there. I'll explain that again in a second. Going back into joystick. Flight movements. This was the one. I'm not sure it's the right key. I can try this again, go back through all of them. That didn't work. Just got to wait. It's actually the bottom one, okay? ABS. But I'm just checking. Oh, wait a minute, that one's now working. Remember, I am working on my joystick, okay, and it's one thing at a time, okay. If something doesn't work, try and remember to put it back. If you can't remember, use your attempt to recover what you changed. It'll save a lot of time and stress. Well, I've got some results. And I really don't know what it's doing at the moment. This is the boring part. Right. Working out the right combination. As you can see, I'm having trouble finding the limiters. It's here, but it says it's not. So could this be a bug? Because this is not what I saw a minute ago. The one now I'm looking for is the ABS, because that's the one I touched, you see. This was the one I touched. I'm going to be taking this off. And I was just looking today, it says throttle forwards and throttle back. Throttle backwards and forwards. This is the one that I want. Okay. No, it's not. Yeah, sorry, mate, I'm about 3 meters, that's 9 feet on the other side of the room, so I'm actually squinting my eyes. I am using a 64-inch TV, you see, but I don't want to be sitting in front of me, because when you get into some of these battles and whatnot, and you're sitting in front of the 4-inch screen and somebody starts shooting at you, you fall off your seat. It's frightening, it's so real. Okay, twist. So you've also got stew forward and back, you've got throttle forward and back. I need to know what this all means, you see, if it's the same thing. Right. You'll notice I'm going to be pointing away because I don't want to crash. Right, that's now working. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Now as you can see, I've run into a slight problem there already. Got speed variation with my left stick. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Shooting, I just checking out in the zone. Can't do anything until I get this part right. See, this part's okay, this part works for me now. Okay. But when I'm in cruise control mode, that's automatic flying, it's jumping right up, and that will burn me fuel out, which I don't want. I can control by voice attack, and this is what I mean. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
No, I can't actually. Right, I got to find out what key does that. Then I'm almost on my way. I'm actually hungry. I want a coffee break. You see, I actually spent hours doing this and I had them all saved in my normal key bindings. But I thought for your purposes, I'd do it from scratch. As you can see, it's not straightforward, it's not 5 minutes. There's a lot to do, but these are the basics you need to get in the game. It's hard, and I'm hoping that there's other streamers in there who can go into better detail. I'm actually concerned what's going on there at the moment. I'm being shot at. Full scan.
Roger.
This is something I didn't want to happen. Full scan.
Roger.
I don't understand how I could have been used for target practice if I'm in the safe zone. Landing gear.
Roger.
Landing gear deployed.
Thrusters 3 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 3 clicks.
Thrusters 4 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 4 clicks.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I suffered damages. And you said I've not even started yet and it's cost me. Hygiene is going to be very expensive in the game, so be very careful with that.
Hydrogen fuel 100%.
Now I've not worked out my key bindings to switch things off, so you're going to have to bear with me on this, okay? I'm going to take a little break for about half an hour and I'll come straight back, but I just want to make sure I turn things off.
Shield system inactive.
Now, if you've noticed, I was shot at, okay? If I was in another ship, I most probably would have died. And I was unaware of what was going on at the time. So basically, I should have actually had the reclaimer doing this actually. But this ship was sufficient. Right, I need to and I haven't locked the ship yet, I forgot that. Exit. Got my key bindings back to front slightly. I'll be taking a break for about half an hour. I'm going to get something to